Good morning, this is the Eager Beaver Show.
You are listening to a True North Eager Beaver Media Podcast. The True North Eager Beaver podcasts are proudly brought to you by our founding sponsors, the Miss V Mysteries from Corvid Moon Publishing, your source for science fiction, fantasy, and cozy mysteries featuring a broad diversity of characters. CanadianTarot.com, your uniquely Canadian online eclectic tarot community and forum, and the Pepper Master, hot pepper sauces made from fresh farm ingredients to thrill your taste buds and expand your mind.
Well, good morning and hello, kids, and welcome to season 3 and episode I really don't know, to be totally honest, 250 something of the Daily Beaver Morning Show here on the Crier Media Network. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, there's some extra yes there because this beaver is in a super good mood because some shit went down yesterday and oh, it is delish. I'm your host, the Eager Beaver, pronouns he, him, hey, Mr. Beaver, eh? And with me, as always, is my good and my dear friend, Mr. Grizzly. Big thank you goes to our podcast founding sponsors, the Pepper Master, the Miss V Mysteries from Corvid Moon Publishing, and CanadianTarot.com. We have a nibble for you. It's going to be a quick one because Mr. Grizzly has a hard out. Got to pay them bills, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but before we do anything, let's say good morning to you, good sir, and ask how your mental health is doing today.
Well, good morning, sir. My mental health is actually very, very good. My physical health is a little be desired. My back hurts, my elbow hurts, my head hurts. That second glass of wine I had after dinner was not a good idea. I should know better than this. It's like, what am I doing? It's a school night. What are you thinking, man? Don't do that. And I did it, and I really regret it. But I'm an adult. You take my lumps. I'll go suck it up and get to work and do my thing.
Well, I'm up to about day 40 now with only like 3 or 4 nights where I got more than 5 hours sleep. I actually went to bed last night, fell asleep right away, and then I woke up and I looked at the clock. It's like 3:30 in the morning. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I can't sleep. But surprisingly chipper, though yesterday was a really, really, really rough day. I felt terrible.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Oh, geez.
Why so?
But I'm just, there are certain days where accumulated lack of sleep just
Takes its toll. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm feeling good now, and I'm probably going to be crashing around 10:30 this morning.
Okay.
That's probably when
I
the headache
understand
will
that.
start and my eyes will start burning and stuff. All right.
Shall we get right to the video? I've got the clip.
Yes, please.
Let's get right to the clip, right?
Oh.
We know what we're talking about. For those of you who are unaware, let's watch this.
Honorable Leader of the Opposition.
Mr. Speaker, we've just heard media reports of a terrorist attack and explosion
It wasn't a terrorist attack.
at the Niagara crossing of the Canada-U.S. border. At least two people are dead, one is injured. It is the principal responsibility of government to protect the people. Can the Prime Minister give us an update on what he knows and what action plan he will immediately implement to bring home security for our people?
Are you serious? You dropped your fucking slogan.
Yep.
Christ, what an asshole.
That's literally the
The
thing.
Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, this is obviously a very serious situation in Niagara Falls. There was a vehicle explosion at the Rainbow Bridge crossing. I've been briefed by the NSIA and the Minister of Public Safety. CBSA, RCMP, and Transport Canada are all fully engaged in providing the necessary support. There are a lot of questions, and we are following up to try and get as many answers as rapidly as possible. We are in close contact with U.S. officials and will continue to work closely with them. We will provide updates. Updates I can give right now is there are 4 border crossings that are right now closed: Rainbow Bridge, Whirlpool Bridge, Queenston Bridge, and Peace Bridge. Additional measures are being contemplated and activated at all border crossings across the country. We are taking this extraordinarily seriously, and Mr. Speaker, I will have to excuse myself now to go get further updates and work on this very serious situation. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Okay.
All right. Let's get into this because this is great. Okay. So yesterday there was an incident on the bridge where there was a car that exploded. Now, early reports were suggesting that the car may have come from the Canadian side. That may have had something to do with PP's statement, but video later showed, of course, the car entering from the U.S. side. Witnesses say that they saw it speed up. Some witnesses say they saw it try to swerve. It jumped a curve, flew in the air, and then I guess exploded when it landed. Now, this guy called it a terrorist attack. Right off the bat.
He desperately wanted it to be that. He wanted it to be that.
Oh, yeah, he definitely
right?
wanted it to be that because, I mean, there's all this, he's been wrapping himself in the Israel flag, and he would just love something close to the border. Right? He could wrap himself up and then attack brown people with Muslimly sounding names once again. Now, in that, he also asks what the Prime Minister is going to do to make sure that people are safe. He's suggesting there, like he's like putting the lead up for the next play, that the Prime Minister did something or failed to do something to keep us safe, that our Prime Minister is irresponsible and that kind of stuff. Well, turns out the car, again, entered from the United States side of the bridge and exploded on the United States sides of the bridge. So I'm not exactly sure what the Prime Minister of Canada is supposed to do about an event that happened in another country. Same thing with Israel, by the way. But apparently that was going to be the play. Now, the Prime Minister, as you noticed, statesmanlike,
Of
right?
course.
And did not take the bait, saying, it wasn't a terrorist attack. Now, you have to remember, question period happens at around 2 p.m.,
Yes.
right? So if Skippy, you would expect the leader of the opposition if he's standing up in the House and, Mr. Speaker, today there was a terrorist attack. Putting in that, fake little moment because this is serious. He wore serious face and serious voice. You would think that if he were to say that and claim that as a fact in Parliament, that he would have a source for that information, that there would be news that's saying the FBI confirms or the Department of Homeland Security confirms, or if he thought it happened in Canada, the RCMP or CSIS or something confirms. So I saw that at around 3, 4 o'clock yesterday, and I searched all over the web and I could find nothing talking about a terrorist attack except for one place. And Mr. Grizzly, please roll the clip. I'm going to play the first few
Here we
minutes.
go. This
is going to be great.
This is who the camp that Skippy is in with. Oops, sorry.
To you. Now, we are learning of some major breaking news. We first brought it to you just a little bit ago, but we want to continue to update you here on this matter as there was an explosion in New York. An attempted terror attack is now being confirmed there by Fox News. That is from a source.
It was not confirmed.
Okay,
Niagara
excuse me. Oh,
Falls.
sorry.
It was
Pause
never
it.
confirmed.
Pause it. You got to not to talk over him because there's something I want to hear. So go back to the beginning. I want
Sorry.
us to hear.
Hang on. Sorry, I get excited
know.
sometimes, you know. All right, so we'll start again.
Right.
And again, Fox News immediately drawing the terror card.
Yeah, absolutely.
We are learning of some major breaking news. We first brought it to you just a little bit ago, but we want to continue to update you here on this matter as there was an explosion in New York. An attempted terror attack is now being confirmed there by Fox News. That is from a source there near Niagara Falls, New York. So what we are going to do is continue to stay on this situation right now here on Live Now from Fox. We're going to blow out all the other breaks and continue to update you in real time here on this matter as it continues to be talked about. Very limited information right now, but again, a source with Fox News saying New York explosion
Stop that.
is an attempted terror attack.
A source with Fox News.
Mhm.
Not a source from the FBI, a source with Fox News has confirmed that this is a terrorist attack. There's little information, but the source with Fox News has confirmed.
Yeah.
Okay,
Now,
kids, you know what
but
happened
again,
yesterday? You know what happened yesterday? The leader of His Majesty's official disloyal opposition got his national security briefing
from Fox News.
from not even Fox News, from a source with Fox
Yes.
News, an unidentified source with Fox News. And why did our leader of the opposition get his information on national security from a source with Fox News? Because he doesn't have the security clearance
NC Cup.
here required to get the information that the Prime Minister was privy to.
Well, and this is the thing, right? Every time I say, well, he doesn't have the clearance, people go, he has secret clearance. I go, he doesn't have NISI-COP in clearance. NISI-COP clearance is what he needs to be able to look at specific documents. He doesn't have that, and he refuses to get it, which is suspect because he says, well, then Justin Trudeau will just put a document in front of me and says, it's secret, you can't talk about it. He just wants to gin up and rage farm off of it. He's such an asshole. Here's the thing. I think what he did yesterday, okay, so he's called he's called Quebec a bunch of separatists 3, 4, 5 times in the House. 5 times, I think, recently. And yesterday he said a terrorist attack, which means he got his report from Fox News because he doesn't have the clearance to get the proper reporting that he needs. He's done. He's finished. He is finished.
He is beyond finished. This man is toast. Now, think of this, kids. Like PNC Bio goes, quick, fill your Pampers. We're under attack. Chicken Pete, the sky is falling, and it's all the Prime Minister's fault because he didn't do anything to keep you safe. Prime Minister sitting there, there's something that happened, and I'm sorry, but I have to go now because I'm a Prime Minister and I got to go do prime ministerial things. This guy can stay here in the House and do whatever he does. Now, the Prime Minister knew probably before that because people said, well, why didn't the Prime Minister go, no, it wasn't a terrorist attack. Because that's not what statesmen do.
Exactly. It's not a playground. This is not a sandbox. This is the House of Commons where we conduct ourselves like adults.
With
dignity. Some of us do. Some of us do.
Dignity. So now here's why he's gone. Imagine if he were Prime Minister and he took that national security briefing from a source with Fox News, and then as Prime Minister decided to act on it.
Yikes.
Ooh, man. This guy yesterday attempted to make our nation a global laughingstock, which is so deliciously ironic because that's what they keep on saying about the Prime Minister, because socks. Oh, he so wanted it to be a terrorist attack. Oh, you could see him. He was like this. I mean, he had serious face, but you could see he was giddy. His like I'm sure his like little feet were doing a little happy feet tap dance there
Oh,
on the floor.
definitely.
This guy has had a terrible, terrible, terrible week.
Yeah, it's only going to get worse.
Terrible.
Here's this one from Luc Lebrun. Pierre Poilievre stood in the House of Commons Wednesday afternoon and labeled this a terrorist attack. An FBI investigation has officially ruled out terrorism and now describes it as a traffic accident. New statement from FBI Buffalo regarding the investigation at Rainbow Bridge. FBI Buffalo has concluded our investigation at the scene of the Rainbow Bridge incident, and a search of the scene has revealed no explosive materials and no terrorism nexus was identified. The matter has been turned over to the Niagara Falls Police Department as a traffic investigation. The FBI thanks our local, state, and federal law enforcement partners for their assistance, and we remain committed in our mission to keeping the public safe.
Now, in politics and in PR, right? And probably in life, you should never first attribute to the worst possible thing. Like, for example, never attribute to malice something that can be explained by sheer stupidity. Never attribute to terrorism something that could have just as been easily explained. Let's say, what if the person had had a heart attack?
We don't know.
Right?
Anxiety
So we
attack.
had a story. How many times have we had a story of someone at the wheel, all of a sudden had a heart attack, boom, or fell asleep.
Stroke. We don't know what
Narcolepsy,
happened.
fell asleep, was tired. That's one of the reasons I don't drive, because I'm a chronic insomniac. I guess we should
expect someone who could be prime minister to show better judgment in a crisis situation. But this episode also tells you a lot about Poilievre's knee-jerk instincts.
Yep. And
do not give this man control of the military. Under any circumstances, should he be anywhere near. I mean, come on. He would have been invading somebody yesterday.
This is wholly and fully irresponsible. And let's just make this clear. There is not a bucket. Sorry, I'm so excited. I'm going to trip into my words. There is not a bucket and a mop big enough for Jenny Byrne to do this cleanup on Alpier.
Nope.
Now, expect their machine to go into overdrive today. I expect to see a lot of blackface photos today on the web. But they're going to throw everything at the Prime Minister, denigrate him today. And
of course they will, because they have nothing.
They got nothing. But that's the worst part is for everyone to see, because this was everywhere yesterday. The guy stood up in the House and abused of his parliamentary privilege to tell a lie. And not any lie, like the government is going to raise the GST by 2% or they're coming for your guns. There was a terrorist attack, and make the suggestion that somehow the Prime Minister was lacking in some way to keep us safe so that he can rush in like the hero and save the day.
That fucking guy.
And he belly flopped into a pool that had no water in it.
None. Zero.
This was going
hilarious.
down. Oh my God.
From Neil before Zod. So Pierre Poilievre lied about a terrorist attack. This might be one of those learning moments about the leader, about why the leader of the opposition should have security clearance to receive briefings, unless he is ineligible for some treason or reason. Yeah. I mean, I gotta retweet that one because that's so good. That's too good.
That is really, 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 really good. And then you got like Kit. Sorry, he's not a Kit. You got Crybaby Caillou crying, "The Prime Minister must resign," for something that happened in the USA.
Yeah.
Oh my God. They have all lost their minds. They have lost their minds. Oh my God. That's absolutely incredible. And here's the thing. The first thing I saw yesterday around 4:19, so maybe a little bit before that, was an article from CNN that said videos reviewed by authorities showed the vehicle entering the bridge on the US side and then accelerating at a high rate of speed, according to multiple law enforcement sources familiar with the investigation. Earlier reports had indicated the car was traveling from Canada to the US. The vehicle hit a curb and went airborne over a barrier, landing in a secondary search area where it exploded, according to the sources. But PP couldn't wait till 3:55 or 3:43, I think, when that article from CNN came out. It was 2:00. It was showtime, because apparently that's what the House of Commons is to this guy. Showtime.
That's all it is.
And you know what? I wouldn't even be half surprised that even though he completely face planted on that he's going to try and circulate clips of him saying that and still try to say it was real. Because he knows he has a base that won't check. This guy is done. DONE, like a U.S. Thanksgiving dinner. Done, 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 done. Now.
Well, from Dread Tory, I got to show you this, because this is, you know how awesome James Christian Parsons is.
Mm-hmm.
So depressingly predictable. Naturally, most of the anti-Canadian nonsense is emanating from Poilievre's pals in the GOP and Fox News. Let's just click on this story, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
Right-wing U.S. media covered fiction as fact, a non-existent terrorist attack from Canada at Rainbow Bridge. Erroneous reports about border incident fed a frenzy of speculation and calls for a northern border wall. Sure, let's build the wall, because it came from your country, not ours.
Build that ice wall. Build that ice wall.
I don't know what to say some days. It's just absurd.
What a freaking loser. Oh my God. And then we have Dean, our dear Dean,
Yes.
who put up, look, meatballs. It doesn't matter how many bot and troll lists you put me on. The simple fact is Pierre Poilievre and his extended family can't pass a national security background check, and he knows it, so he refuses. I'll never stop laughing at him and his wife because of it. Skippy air quotes on wife. And I hope he becomes PM because of it. Imagine a PM who isn't allowed to receive top secret briefings on the safety of all Canadians. 4 years of that is pure fucking comedy to me. Now, I understand for content, we'd love that.
Oh, yeah.
But no, we do not want him to be PM at all.
And I'm in complete agreement with everything Dean just said.
Yep.
Right? As a content creator, oh my goodness.
Oh.
But as somebody who actually respects and loves this country
Right.
and democracy, the Westminster system of parliamentary democracy, which is what we have, that man can't get anywhere near the reins of power, because we'll all be in deep shit. It'll be Gilead in no time. If he wins a majority, you under his eye.
Mm-hmm. I guess, and of course that prompted a whole bunch of things. And there's like one twit on Twitter who I think has, you click on the profile when somebody says something really stupid, right? Like this, and it goes, joined April 2017, followers 24.
Yeah.
Fewer than 4 followers per year, right? It goes, give it up, Dean. No one has taken the guy most famous for what happened in destroying his radio career over lame homophobic jokes seriously as a political commentator. I was like, I am. So there goes your no one hypothesis. Try again. And then this guy just went off. That made him go nuts. He's like tweeting me over and over again with a whole bunch of stuff, calling me names and stuff like that. And I'm just like, putting like, maybe if you try it in all caps next time, you know you can't hurt my feelings. You're not real. Ooh wee, you didn't like that. Hey, ooh, you can dish it up. You can't take it. I went fishing and caught myself a big one. I guess, and he's answering, and or she or whatever, or they or whatever, they're answering. Your pronouns and stuff like this. And I'm just like, try again. Keep doing it. That fuels me. I'm laughing like this. And this person is going insane. Yes, I'll play with the toy with him for a while, like a cat with a mouse, and after a while, it's like, oh, well, I guess given that you get paid by the tweet, I guess I helped you earn a snack today. Now you got to go. So it's just, oh my word, these people. Yep. Miss Sadeka, right? You saw that this morning, right? And started trolling them too. Of course, yeah, absolutely. Like, people, this is your life. I'm not judging you, but I pity you. God, all the things you could be doing with your life and responding to people. Oh my God. Anyway, now here's the delicious part, the absolute delicious part, right? This guy having such a terrible week because he just exploited the death of two Americans. Apparently they were coming to Toronto for a concert. He exploited the death of two people for clicks, likes, a little video clip that he can put on Twitter, and the opportunity to run around the country for the next few weeks saying that the Prime Minister doesn't do anything. The Prime Minister won't keep you safe. I will. Bring it home. He actually threw the bring it home right in there. But this was...
I still can't get over that.
Yeah. But this was after, earlier in the week, he exploited the death of a 14-year-old. If you saw that tweet.
In where was it? In Brazil? Was it Brazil?
No, here in Canada.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah. Hold on. I'll show you I'll put the thing up there. There you go. You can put it up there for the kids. But
I did not see this.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. This guy.
Oh,
yes.
No,
Utterly shameless.
He's done this a few times, actually.
Oh, yeah. This is November 19th. So a 14-year-old is dead because Trudeau floods the streets with dillies, a drug stronger than heroin. Trudeau gives dillies to addicts who sell them to children for $1. I'll end this madness, invest in treatment, and bring loved ones home drug-free. He exploited the death of a 14-year-old child. I'm sure that child's parents loved that tweet. Anybody who loved that child, cared for that child, loves and cares for that child's family, I bet you they loved that tweet. So and he exploits homeless people.
The end of his tweet. It's the end. I'll end this madness, invest in treatment, and bring loved ones home drug-free.
No, you won't.
No, he fucking won't.
No, you won't. You're going to be condemned. You're going to be sentencing them to death.
Yes.
Because you're going to be removing all harm reduction. And if you do not decide to get healed my way, then F you. And then he'll bring him into some treatment. He'll force some people into treatment, which is sometimes a lot of people are saying, like as experts, that's one of the worst things you can do. Because when people get
if somebody's not ready, you force them in. It's the worst thing you can do.
Yeah.
This is disgusting to me on a level that I can't even, like, dude, every expletive is running through my head right now.
Yep.
Every single one. Because not only is he exploiting the death of a child, okay, and shitting on a program that probably, we don't even know what the cause, how this child, what the case is. We don't know.
Yep.
But he's making shit up in his head.
But the whole point is
I'll end this madness, invest in treatment, and bring loved ones home drug-free. No, he fucking won't. Do you know why? Do you know why he won't invest a goddamn fucking penny into any type of drug treatment? I'll tell you why. Because he's an evangelical right-wing PBCC fucking minion. And guess what? They think addiction is a failure. So what will they do? They will cast you out with the other sinners and let you die.
Mm-hmm.
He will not treat a single person. He's a fucking liar. I got to calm down.
Mm-hmm.
I am so angry right now.
So, now remember, this is the guy that exploited homeless people by filming where they live and sitting on the beach and saying Trudeau does this. And in this tweet, he tried, Trudeau doesn't care about the homeless, and Trudeau doesn't care about Jewish people, and Trudeau is a literal drug pusher for children, and now Trudeau won't do what he needs to do to keep the country safe. And all the things. And Trudeau caused inflation, and now Trudeau wants you to freeze in the dark, and all the things, right? All the things. So this guy, and remember that lady in Niagara, whose house he doxed, right? She lived in a shack.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So there's nothing, nobody he will not exploit. And literally, it's exploit. There's nobody's misery or pain he will not exploit. All those people that got killed, massacred in Israel on the day of the pogrom, and all those people dying in Palestine right now, he's exploiting all of them, all of their deaths. Death makes him happy. He's sick in the head. And that's the other thing, Kitlin M. Exactly. I was going to say that when Mr. Grizzly was talking. So you know why else he won't help those addicts? Because that's a big, bloated, costly government program, and conservatives don't believe in that.
He's said that time and time again.
Yeah. So he exploited death. He won't get his security clearance in Canada, so he has to rely on a source with Fox News for national security briefings, and abuses of parliamentary privilege to label something a terrorist attack before any law enforcement authority calls it such. And then, well, what happened the other day? There was a vote in Parliament for a free trade deal with Ukraine. Now, we already have one, but it's an upgraded one, because Ukraine is planning for life after this war. Right? And what did he and the party do? They voted against it. The original deal with Ukraine was brought in by the Conservative Party of Canada. They're amending it, improving it, deepening ties. Remember when you said, Mr. Grizzly, I think it was that Candace Sheets-Burke had stood up in the House when President Zelensky came to town and addressed Parliament, and she stood up and she said, conservatives, not Canadians, but conservatives stand with Ukraine. Well, man, not so much.
Yeah.
Not so much. Yeah.
Apparently they don't.
Yeah.
You know why? David Wallace has told us he's in the pocket of a certain Russian plutocrat, autocrat, dictator, man who wants to rule the world.
So days after he basically confirms, that he might be a Russian asset, because for what possible reason? What possible reason could anyone not want to help Ukraine? You know what the reason is? Carbon tax. The deal has some agreements on having something to do with carbon tax. Now, so this guy, Pierre.
Well, remember, Ukraine already has a carbon.
You got there right
carbon
before me. That's where I'm going. You're scooping me.
Sorry.
This guy turns around and says, of defending democracy and protecting the concept of territorial sovereignty, you don't just march into another nation and say, this is mine now. And considering we live right next to the United States and it might go Trump again, you'd think that the leader of the opposition would be particularly sensitive. I mean, I always describe it, right? We are the meat in an authoritarian sandwich. We were for 4 years. We had Russia on top of us, and we had the United States on the bottom of us. One could invade us from the north, one could invade us from the south. You'd think that the leader of the opposition, the leader of His Majesty's loyal official opposition, would be particularly sensitive to issues of territorial sovereignty. But no. Stopping the carbon tax here, but also stopping Trudeau from being able to do anything with regard to promoting a carbon tax anywhere in the world comes first. Territorial sovereignty and defense of the principle of democracy comes second.
Yes.
To stopping Trudeau from installing a carbon tax. And like you said, Mr. Grizzly, the kicker, Ukraine already has one.
They already have one. And Garnet Genuous went on about a tangent about this yesterday too. Yesterday or the day before. So I attacked him for it. I said, they already have a program, you asshat. And no, I'm not going to be polite. You're a fucking liar, just like all of the other minions in your
Well,
party.
Genuous is in the pocket of Orban as well, right?
Yes.
Yes. So we basically had 6 degrees of Putin. Pierre Poilievre is Prime Minister Harper's pet project and puppet.
Yeah.
Prime Minister Harper, former Prime Minister Harper, thankfully, former Prime Minister Harper, is the chairman of the IDU. Hungary is a
And
member
he loves
state.
Viktor Orban.
Hungary is a member state of the IDU. Viktor Orban is the leader of Hungary. Viktor Orban is buddy-buddy with both Vladimir Putin and Stephen Harper. Therefore, Putin cash comes to Harper's pet project. See how that happens?
Connecting the dots. We call it paint by numbers when we were children. And today we can paint the portrait of, look who's in the pocket of Vladimir Putin. All the numbers, number 1 for brown, number 2 for green, number 3 for blue. And they all paint this portrait of Vladimir Putin and how the IDU, along with Pierre Poilievre, the entire Conservative Party of Canada, is in his pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Well, remember when Jagmeet Singh stood up in the House and said, we need to investigate all interference from foreign nations in our elections, including Russia, and PP said, whoa, just Beijing, which is a city in China. He never says China. He only says Beijing. We need to investigate Beijing. Well, that's a city. I have to show you something quickly here, sir.
All right.
Just before I flash that up on the screen that you just sent me. This is from my friend Clinton DeVoe. And well, just I'll put it on the screen and then I'll read it to you. Again, the real Kean proves he's a fucking idiot. So are his followers, many of whom I know, blaming this on Trudeau, vehicle driving to Canada from USA on Rainbow Bridge, according to police and eyewitness reports. The real Keenan. All that remains to be confirmed is who the terrorist was and how recently Justin Trudeau allowed him to come into Canada. Prayers to the American at the border who was just doing his job when he came face to face with Trudeau's disastrous agenda. Okay, can we silence this little shit-gibbon Nazi Caillou forever? Like, I mean, really?
On this one, somebody needs to file a lawsuit for defamation. On this one, somebody does. And I hope somebody does, because this little
shit-gibbon
deserves to be sued for everything.
Again, into oblivion.
Don't get mad. Get everything.
Yes.
Get everything.
Agreed.
Bleed them frickin' dry. And here's the other thing that happened, if you'll put it up, Mr. Grizzly, that maybe didn't get as much play yesterday.
I believe we call this, what's the word I'm looking for? Hang on, let me just blow this up so it's a little easier to see here.
Now,
I believe we call this vindication.
Yes, check and mate, I would say. Now, remember the Prime Minister, right, went to Prime Minister Modi after several months of having our diplomatic corps give him information that there was an extrajudicial killing of a Canadian on Canadian soil, and we would expect a friendly nation to go, oh my God, that happened? Gee, maybe there's a rogue element in our government. Maybe we should look into that. But that's not what happened. We got articles about Prime Minister's plane stuck full with cocaine. And then we had everybody in Canada going, oh, the Prime Minister did this without any authority and had no help and nobody standing with them and all that kind of stuff. Well, and then the U.S. did. Well, now it seems that the United States was able to foil a plot for an assassination of someone on U.S. soil who India also believes is a separatist. So now we have not only a narrative of Pierre Poilievre getting his source, his national security briefings from Fox News, but we have Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, international hero. The U.S. has thwarted a plot to kill Sikh separatist leader Gurpatwant Singh Panum on American soil, a U.S. official familiar with the matter said on Wednesday. U.S. authorities have raised concerns with New Delhi that the Indian government may have had knowledge of the plot, according to the official who was not authorized to comment on the sensitive matter. The official declined to comment on when or how U.S. officials became aware of the plot, as well as how the alleged assassination attempt was derailed. The FBI is investigating the matter, the official said. Spokespeople for the FBI and Justice Department declined to comment Wednesday. If you put the first one up, because there's a little paragraph there.
This one
Yeah.
here.
There you go. The revelation follows the September disclosure by Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau of what he said were credible allegations that the Indian government may have had links to the assassination in that country of Sikh activist Hardeep Singh Nijjar. India rejected the accusation as absurd, but Canada expelled a top Indian diplomat while it investigated. The thwarted assassination plot was first reported by the Financial Times, which said the U.S. informed some allies of the alleged plot.
Well.
So we are thwarting assassinations in other countries, and the leader of the opposition,
has taken umbrage with that.
So we have Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, hero, and leader of the opposition, Pierre Poilievre, zero. Where are the Reitmans guys when we need them? Trudeau 1, Poilievre 0. Okay, I know we have a hard out.
That's a bold move, Cotton.
And it didn't work out for you. You're going down. See you around. All right, Mr. Grizzly, I think we need to gotta go. Sorry, excuse me. Get some cuts.
These things happen.
That's the end of this episode of the Daily Beaver Morning Show here on the Crier Media Network. We hope that you enjoyed listening to us because we love making this for you, particularly today. Oh my God, this is so...
I wish this was a Friday because we could go on for hours. This would be a 4-hour show if it were a Friday.
Delicious.
I have so many more thoughts, so many more things to say about this, but I do have to go earn money so I can keep these lights on.
Yep. Please tell everyone about us. If you'd like to not miss an episode, go to our pod page sponsored by the Ray Girl. That's podpage.com/the True North Eager Beaver, lowercase letters with hyphens between each one of those words. And if you'd like to help us some more, if you go to our YouTube page, True North Eager Beaver, and you click like, share, subscribe, then that helps us up a lot. We're getting so close to 500. Just keep telling people. And if you would like to make a donation to the Eager Beaver Lodge Emergency Hydration Fund, then that's squiggly right by Mr. Grizzly's head. If you scan that will bring you there. And if not, then you go to ko-fi.com. That's coffee, ko-fi.com/eagerbeaver, lowercase letters, all in one word. And that's where you can give thanks. Because democracy is something that you do, of course, go get your XBB shots, write those letters, especially today. If you live in Carleton, please ask for a meeting with the leader of the opposition.
Yes.
And say, what the man?
Well, no, see, here, they can't do that, though, because he's never there.
No.
He's never there.
Never there. Dan, I have 38 subs now. I'm catching up. You go, man.
Way to go, Dan.
A little extra time today. Doctor. Mateo has a doctor's appointment. I hope it goes well. Yes. So write those letters, ask for those meetings, get your XBB shots and all that kind of stuff. Mr. Grizzly, do you have some words of wisdom?
Yeah. Right. As a Liberal leader candidate for the Liberal Provincial Party of Ontario, sorry, getting too many words in my head, said yesterday, handwritten letters make a difference. They read those. Tweets, emails, Facebook posts. You're yelling into the void.
They're counted, but they count for less.
Almost nothing. Really, almost nothing. You want to make a difference, sit down, write a letter, send it in.
All right. Mr. Grizzly, roll them credits, and we have a 50-second.
You are listening to a True North Eager Beaver media podcast. The True North Eager Beaver podcasts are proudly brought to you by our founding sponsors, the Miss V Mysteries from Corvid Moon Publishing, your source for science fiction, fantasy, and cozy mysteries featuring a broad diversity of characters. CanadianTarot.com, your uniquely Canadian online eclectic tarot community and forum, and The Peppermaster, Hot pepper sauces made from fresh farm ingredients to thrill your taste buds and expand your mind.
All right. I've got 50 seconds of deliciousness for you, Mr.
Oop, wrong one.
That's wrong.
Here we go.
There we go.
And can we get your reaction to the Conservatives voting against that free trade deal with Ukraine? Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre says this is about the carbon tax, imposing that on Ukraine. What is your reaction?
It's appalling. It's utterly appalling. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing. This is a democracy that is fighting the battle for democracy right now against an autocratic regime. This is a deal they negotiated for their economic development, and they're playing. I don't know what they're doing. I think there's more up here than petty politics or them trying to hang this on a carbon tax argument. This is really spooky. I don't know what they're doing, but it scares me, to be honest with you, and I'll fight them tooth and nail on it.
Look on his face. That look on his face. You're insane. That's the thing. That's the thing. Have a great day, kids.
I'll see ya.